Now, before we begin today's video, I just wanted to give you guys a huge thank you for the amount of support that I got on my very first video. That first video alone got 1,000 views and over 50 comments, which is just absolutely amazing. I'm really glad you guys enjoyed that video, and I definitely plan on making more videos like that in the future. Just like this one now. If you guys clicked this video and you saw the title, then you guys know exactly what this video is about. If not, then you're in for a real surprise then. Now, obviously, it's going to be another Elden Ring video, because guess what? That's one of the best games of this year, so I'm gonna have to keep making videos until I run out of ideas. So that's the way of the road. That's how it's gonna be. Now, if you're Quantum TV, you might want to click away from this video, because unfortunately it goes against your entire ideology about the game Elden Ring. Yes, today we're going to be going over why Elden Ring is so much better than most of today's games. One really cool fun fact about Elden Ring is that they expected to sell 4 million units of the game Elden Ring within the first month. They ended up selling 12 million. Correction, over 12 million now. And we must be asking ourselves, how are they so successful? What makes this game so much better than all of these other games? Well, I'm really glad you asked that question, because I'm going to be going full in detail on this game and how exactly it became so popular so fast. The big answer is pretty simple. They've obviously been spending a lot of time developing this game. They spent, what, 6 years? Just working on this game and making sure that it's at tip-top quality, and obviously it has paid off. I feel like the biggest reason why most games nowadays aren't that great is because they want to go for that open worldness type of game, but they don't fill it with anything. Elden Ring, on the other hand, did, and they did that very, very well. No matter where you look in Elden Ring, there's always something or somewhere to explore. I feel like Elden Ring just has this perfect mix of content to the point where you're not going to get bored anytime soon. One of the great things about Elden Ring, actually, with all the Soul games, they made sure that whenever you finish the boss, you finish the final boss, you get to do that New Game Plus, and you get to do it all again. But this time, you get to be a lot stronger. I ended up finishing the game for the first time, and when I backtracked and did my New Game Plus, I found it way easier just because of how powerful I already was from my previous session. For example, I was fighting Renala of the Full Moon again, and man, like, she was an easy boss to begin with, but I was able to get her in just like 5 to 6 hits, and it was ridiculous. And I'm sure later on with other bosses, it's going to be a lot easier just because of how powerful I am and how powerful I'm going to be as I'm going through all of these bosses here. Because one thing I didn't actually know until you started New Game Plus is that every enemy that you defeat, you actually end up getting more runes from them. More runes means more time to upgrade and to get stronger, raise up that dexterity, that arcane, the strength build, vigor if you want. And honestly, I feel like they did a fantastic job implementing that. One thing I've always enjoyed about FromSoft's games is that they've always made these really compelling stories. But the coolest part about that is they don't actually upfront tell you the story. They get you to figure it out for yourself, which is why Reddit is such an amazing app for that, because it tells you everything. I've also been doing things like searching on Twitter like for like Elden Ring memes, and there's some pretty golden ones there. Another cool thing about FromSoft is that they've always implemented their old mechanics ever since the first Dark Souls game, all the way up to the Elden Ring mechanics, and they're very similar in a way. However, they also add new mechanics like new spells and new weapons to find and figure out how to use, right?
I'll get you this time, Malekith.
Got him.
Watch out!
Alright, my anger for Malekith is over. Alright, moving back to the mechanics. One thing that I've always found, I guess, repetitive in a way, not to hate on this community, but I find that COD has that repetitiveness, kind of like what Elden Ring and Dark Souls does. Only difference is they kind of keep the same mechanics, they add a little bit, and then they just go right back to their old mechanics, and then we're just like, well, what about the sliding in Black Ops 3? Like, what are we doing with that? And you know what? Like, one thing I find really fantastic about the Dark Souls games is that they take quite a while usually to create a new game. And I find whenever you get that break in between those portions, you find that you're going to have so much fun, so much more fun, I should say, with those games. So I mean, with like games like Call of Duty, they're out every single year, so you're playing that consistent game or that same game for a year, they come out with a new one, now you're playing that one, so it does eventually get repetitive. And I'm not saying not to hate on the COD players at all. You know what, I played a ton of COD, I played a lot of Modern Warfare, I played a lot of Cold War. Like I played it because I thought they were fun. But after I'm seeing all these other games year to year to year, it does get a little bit repetitive. That's why I like seeing delayed times for games releases, just because I know that that means they're working more on the game to make sure that it's properly optimized for the player's experience. I also want to point out that Elden Ring did something that kind of put all these other developers to shame a little bit. Not saying, ha, we're better than you. No, I think it was just a better option than what these other developers have been doing. And that would be no in-game purchases. I feel like that alone made the game worth the buy. For sure, by a million times over. Because you know what, nowadays, games like Valorant, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, like the Warzone and everything, they all have like battle passes, they all have in-game purchases, and I find that it really sucks the money out of your wallet. Trust me, I've been a lot richer ever since I bought Elden Ring. I was actually making money playing Elden Ring just because of the lack of in-game purchases, and I think that is just amazing. And I will admit, I probably spent around $200 to $300 alone on Valorant, just for skins and like weapons and blah. So what like Elden Ring makes you do, what they do is they try to they force you to go out and find the weapons that you want, and guess what? That's the free part about it. I can have a really powerful sword and I didn't have to pay for anything. I just had to pay for the game. Because you know what, hear me out. I feel like Elden Ring just proved that you don't need in-game purchases or a battle pass or anything like that to be successful. Just time. Time to work on those games and release them later than sooner, right? A lot of people think, oh, we need games sooner than later. Well, no, it doesn't work like that because it's not going to be as optimized as the viewer or the gamer may experience. It's just like a YouTube video, right? If you're making a video that didn't get a lot of like time and effort put into it, it's not going to get as many views as, say, a video that a really professional editor would make. But no, if you guys think that Elden Ring did a real good or a real bad job with how they portrayed their game and how they released it, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really eager to know. And if you guys want to see any more video content like this, be sure to also leave that in the comments. Again, thank you guys so much for the 1,000 views on my very first video. I cannot express how much I'm thankful, how much I really care about that. And really want to see how this takes me, or where this takes me. Really excited. With that being said, if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like on this video and be sure to hit that sub button for more content like this. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.